Path Chat covering the Forex markets. This is Bob Iacino along with Mike Arnold from Path Trading Partners. Before I turn it over to Mike to show you what he's seeing on the charts, some broad-based dollar weakness against most of the majors, which is interesting because that is in the face of Dallas Fed President Kaplan, who is a voting member of the FOMC, Robert Kaplan, who believes basically it's time for the central bank to pull back on its aggressive easing policies. He actually said on CNBC this morning that they should be removing accommodation. Those are his exact words. Now, whether you want to take that as they should be doing it in March or they should be in the process of multiple rate hikes, either way, that is a very formidable statement to come from someone who's considered neutral. Kaplan is considered neutral, and I'm actually going to put something up on the screen here. I took a screenshot of this from the Financial Times. It's their 2017 guide to the voting members of the FOMC, and you can see Robert Kaplan on the right under others. That indicates that at least the Financial Times lists him as neither hawk nor dove. Now, even if you put Jerome Powell and Robert Kaplan into the hawk camp, that still leaves it at 6 versus 4 with the Fed chair clearly in the dove camp. So that's one point on the hawk versus dove. We also have the Fed watch tool at the CME group, which I've mentioned before. It is cmegroup.com, and you can type in Fed watch tool. The current probability of a rate hike for March for the Fed is 35.4%. That is up from 31, and that is up from 17% last week. Last week's reached a high of 22%. It closed the week at just over 17%, and now we're up at 35%, so it's doubled. The probability of a rate hike in March has doubled. So having said all that, let me turn it over to Mike, and he can tell you what the charts are talking about.
Okay, thank you, Bob. So Euro US dollar right now, we're rallying. Dollar weakness, as Bob said, we're testing right now the 106.01 significant level area, essentially the 106 mark. We have just overhead of that the declining 21, which comes in right about 106.12, and then we have another significant level at 106.20. So we have plenty of overhead resistance. Then if we finally break through that, we can retest yesterday's highs, the declining 50-period moving average, and then we have another 106.41. So essentially between 106 and 106.41 too, we have a lot of potential stopping points. Keep that in mind. If the euro turns around and goes weaker again, we're looking to retest the 105.52 level and then the 105.40 level, and then we have support from the rising trend line. So there's lots of areas of resistance and support coming in on both sides. So it's more in scalp mode than a longer term trend trade mode. The pound, talked about repeatedly, triggered the double top. It's now sitting at this significant level again. So it's triggered, it's trading back and forth. We went down, we went up. Now we're just back in this holding pattern. We have plenty of resistance overhead, especially around the 124.70 mark. And we have the key support at the 124.18. If we do get a sustained move lower, I'm looking at the GAN cluster at 123.47 area. And if we continue to rally higher, the next major stopping point is 125.26. We may get a redraw on this lower trend line if we do not go lower today. So we will have to watch for that. US dollar, Japanese yen tested the significant level again yesterday. Then we've moved back down, and now we're testing our target level again. So that significant level was 112.74, target level 111.93. If we get through that target level 111.93, next major support is right around the 111.64 level. So watch if we go lower at that. If we turn around and go higher, you have these declining moving average areas, and then you have the 113.36, which will also be significant resistance. So many things here are caught trading back and forth between key levels for us in a lot of charts, and we're waiting for them to really get a definitive move on one way or the other before we can position some longer-term trades. The US dollar Swissy Back to channel support and our trend line, which are the same. You can see those right here. If we get below that, especially a close below that, we're then looking to target the 10010 level and then the trend line lower, this other rising trend line, and especially the 9982 level will be the next key levels lower. If we rally back today, watch for resistance at the 10063 mark, and then resistance up at the 10102 level. Aussie, you can see this has now been confirmed as a significant level and a gain level on top of it. So the 76.67 area is really significant. If we can break through that, watch for the test of the 76.56 level. And then below that, we have a couple targets of 76.38 and 76.18. Should we rally, the next key area is a 77.20 and then up at the 77.40. Those are the key levels there. Again, we've been caught in this holding pattern for quite a while now in the Aussie, moving back and forth between these key levels. CAD looks like it's breaking out to the upside. Looks like we're going to get a possible, right now we're above this defining point at 132.09. We get a close above that. We're then looking to target the 132.83, followed by the 133.21 areas. Those are the next key levels higher. If we pull back, next major area to pull back to is the 132.05 for support and then the 131.63. But really watch to see if we close above this defining point. Again, 132.09, which then will be in a clear path move, which then turns into a longer term trade higher with those levels I called out. That's all I have for you. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Michael. Remember, we've got President Trump's first address to Congress today where he promised to give great detail to the budget. That will move the FX markets without a doubt. If you are enjoying these videos at all or find them useful, hit the like button and hit the little red subscribe button. When you hit the subscribe button, a little bell icon will pop up. Click that as well. This will assure you receive alerts from YouTube to let you know when we have a new video out. These videos are time sensitive. Also, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section. We'll try to respond to those when we can. New Money Path podcast is out. You can find it on iTunes or Google Play, which is new, by typing the Money Path podcast into their respective search bars, or you can find it at our website, pathtradingpartners.com. Please subscribe to that as well. Also, like us on Facebook, Path Trading Partners, and follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is path_trading. If you'd like to reach us, please feel free to leave us an email, support@pathtradingpartners.com, and visit our website I already mentioned, pathtradingpartners.com. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon.